Once again, Kamala Harris, she strikes back as Kamala Harris often does with the famous Kamala drinks on the House Harris word salad. So as California burns, literally, California is burning. Don't know how much of California is going to be left after the absolute disaster brought on by the Democrat politicians in California, namely Gavin Newsom, greasy Gavin Newsom. Absolutely has done a horrible job as governor in California. And luckily for them, his term, this is his last term, if I'm not mistaken. He cannot rerun for governor again. So there may be some saving grace for California after all when it's all said and done. Now, you have to remember, chances are that Kamala Harris may throw her hat into the ring to run for governor for California. Now, that would be the biggest mistake California could make, would be voting in Kamala Harris. Now, don't get me wrong. Kamala Harris may very well be the next governor of California. Because the people in California, they just cannot seem to wrap their brains around the fact that all the problems they have are brought on by Democrat politicians. They just cannot seem to figure this part out. They had a chance to get rid of Gavin Newsom, and it failed. It failed miserably, and that was, in my opinion, the beginning of the end for California. When they did not get Gavin Newsom out, they had the signatures to kick him out of office. But it ended up failing. And to me, that was the turning point. That's when California completely went off the cliff. And they decided that they like their woke, liberal, DEI disastrous policies better than they like, living good lives. But as California burns, like I said, once again, Kamala Harris comes up with the infamous Kamala Harris word salad. Instead of, this is a state of emergency that's going on in California. It's a very bad time over there. People are losing everything they own. They're losing their houses, their cars, their memorabilia, all their belongings. It's getting wiped out. California is, it's going to end up being a ghost town over there if they do not get all this stuff under control quickly. And what does Kamala Harris do? Well, Kamala Harris does what she does best. Take a listen to this and, thank God she did not win the presidency.
And so it's critically important that to the extent you can find anything that gives you an ability to be patient in this extremely dangerous and unprecedented crisis, that you do.
So it's critically important that you remain patient. While you're watching the fires come towards your house, be calm. When you see your house ignite and you're losing everything you've worked your entire life for, be patient. Because it's okay. It's okay. According to Kamala drinks on the House Harris. Now, she added to this quite a bit. Lots of people who still have a home who are under evacuation order, I know you want to get back home, but this is the time to be patient. There is still so much work that firefighters, police officers, and FEMA and others are doing that is about search and rescue. The work that still needs to be done to ensure the safety around utility lines, this work is still very much in progress. And then, of course, she comes up, it's critically important that to the extent you can find anything that gives you an ability to be patient in this extremely dangerous and unprecedented crisis, that you do. Okay, first off, this isn't unprecedented. California, like I said, they're a tinderbox. California is always on the verge of extreme wildfires. Every single day of every single year, California is ready to go up in flames. Now, you think that their Democrat politicians over there would have learned from history that California is always on the verge of becoming a blaze, a massive campfire. You would think they would learn that. How many fires has just in my lifetime, I can't count the fires that have ravaged California. And what does Gavin Newsom do? They empty out the reservoirs. Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. The idiot mayor over there in the Palisades, what does she do? She defunds the fire department by $17 million. Absolutely brilliant work from the Democrats going on in California. And like I said, I hate to say this, but you get what you vote for. And this is what they voted for. And they had a chance to fix it, and they opted to do absolutely nothing. And I hate to say this because I hate to sound crass, but this is what you voted for. You voted for incompetence, and you got incompetence. And that is what's causing this fire to ravage the state. But let's look here. Let's jump over to Twitter, and let's take a look at some of these comments coming off Twitter. Thank you, God, that she did not become president. I agree. From T. Drock Anmana and Zeo. Why does she always sound like a complete moron every time she opens her mouth? Well, because she's a complete moron. And that's what complete morons, that's what they sound like. From Constance Winter, we dodged such a bullet with that one. Yeah, no kidding. And it just goes on and on. I mean, the people that are just, this is absolutely insane. What she's trying to express here with this confusing word salad is that it's super important for LA residents to be patient with the bungling incompetence and appalling stupidity of California Democrats and not to link the ongoing disaster to their woke civilization-destroying policies. That was from Deb Heine. And I agree with that. Absolutely. And this is what's so funny about it is Sam F. Is she telling people to do a bong hit and drink a bottle of wine? Well, yes. From Paul, can't pronounce his last name, Zipula. Imagine this imbecile as POTUS. And it goes on and on and on. Did Kamala just tell them to calm down? Seriously, people lose everything, and all she can do is say, be patient. See what is possible, unburdened by what has been. Be patient, joyful. You've been unburdened. Find the thing. You'll own nothing, and you'll be happy. Can you imagine if this ended up being our president for 4 years? So how did she get the votes that she got? Absolutely baffles me. Absolutely baffles me that she got any votes at all. But yet, amazingly, the liberals who are all brain dead, the smooth brains, can't think for themselves. The DNC says, hey, you know what? The guy that you elected, Joe Biden, yeah, we're going to kick him to the curb. We're going to give you Kamala Harris. You're going to shut up and you're going to vote for her. And they did, which I just find absolutely blown away by that. But here again, we didn't dodge a bullet. We saved the country by not electing Kamala Harris. She would have been a disaster on every single front. Nobody takes her seriously. And the amazing thing about this, well, there's many amazing things, but one of the most amazing things about it is after she lost the election, then all of a sudden, all the liberal lamestream networks instantly came out against Kamala Harris. You had a couple of days where they were whining and crying because Trump won, because that's what liberals do. They whine and cry all the time. They're in a constant state of victimhood. It never ends with liberals. But after about a week, when it sank in that, not only did Kamala Harris lose, she got destroyed. She got obliterated. Should have ended her political career. It was that bad. It should have ended her political career. I honestly think she's going to run for governor of California because I don't think she can let it go. I don't think she took the hint that, maybe I should get out of this. But a week after, then all of a sudden they all started turning on her. Even the idiots over at, Pod Save America? Oh, no, the Young Turks. Even the idiots over at the Young Turks have kind of started to turn on their own party a little bit because, when Kamala was running, they all lied about Joe Biden for years. Then when Kamala was running, it was about joy and people power. And then when she lost, it was about, oh my God, Donald Trump, oh my God, TDS alert, TDS alert, TDS alert. I mean, DEFCON 1 TDS across the board. Then they've had a minute to reflect, let it all sink in and think, okay, hey, our party sucks. We completely lost the will of the people. We completely abandoned the middle class. We lied to them about everything. We persecuted our biggest political adversary. Then it all started to sink in. Then they all started, maybe we need a new message. Unbelievable. We've been telling you needed a new message for 4 years. And it took you morons 4 years to figure out your party's lost touch with America. So once again, thank God that people came to their senses and voted for Donald Trump. Because had we had Kamala going into the presidency, it wouldn't be California that would be on fire. It would literally be the world.